Imagine a lifeline, a beacon of hope for those navigating the complex path of recovery. We're not just offering services, we're igniting transformation. Our program is built on peer mentoring, peer support, and strategic linkages. A powerful combination designed to empower adults with behavioral health needs. These aren't just diagnoses. These are individuals with unique experiences, including substance use disorders, mental illness, and trauma. Our forensic peer mentors, with their own lived experiences, step in to connect before release, to join the transition, and to provide crucial follow-up, making sure they have access to treatment, medical care, and the vital community support they need. This isn't just about recovery. It's about rewriting their future. Mr. Elijah Ruffin. Forensic Peer Mentor.
And think about this word, hypervigilant. That's what we all got. You want me to show you a test? Everybody that walk by that glass, you do like this. I'm looking at your eyes. You unconsciously do it. Where'd that come from? It's hypervigilance. It comes from being in here because you on alert all the time. See, everybody's born with fight or flight. We're born with that. That's our defense mechanism. But it's not designed to be running all the time. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a bell standing there every day. You know what I'm saying? My stress level is going like this every day. And it's just like prison. It's running. And you have to think about it. Something running is damaging you. Mm-hmm. Came down. Because it's not designed to be on all the time. And you wonder why sometimes you feel tired all the time, but you're feeling some kind of way. It seems like, because your fight or flight is just going like this 24/7. So at times we have to learn how to try to calm down a little bit. And then when we get out, man, you have to teach people how to treat you. Listen, when I was dating women, I told them, listen, I'm not looking at other women, right? I didn't lead with it. Don't get me wrong. I didn't lead with my incarceration, but when me and a woman getting good and I finally kind of break down a little bit, I tell them, hey, I'm going to be, look, cause how them women, you trying to talk to them, but every time, and don't let it, now finally, men, you getting away with it, but it's going to be that one woman, boy, with that tight dress going to come by. You can't control it. She going to be like, what you looking at, right? But just watch each other sometime. When you teach a class, it's gonna be fun. You're gonna be walking, just see the class like this all the time. Just doing that. And it's called hypervigilance, man. Everything you gonna heighten, everything you're gonna be thinking the worst. When you get out, you're gonna think felonies across your forehead. When you get out, man, I remember when I was in the grocery store and the kid just grabbed my leg and I was like this. And all I'm thinking in my mind was, man, I hope this woman don't think I'm trying to do something to her child. And guess what? She ain't even paying me no attention. She laughing about it. You see how I just went from 1 to 10 real fast. And they ain't even thinking about me harming their child. Because their child do it all the time, just grabbing people. You're going to see people touch you a lot. You're going to be like, this, hold on, man, don't be touching me all the time. That's gay stuff. That's this and that. Because that's what we used to. We used to nobody don't touch, man, don't get in my space. But you're going to see, man, people going to be grabbing you all the time. People going to be touching you. And you got to get used to it. You got to condition yourself to get used to it, to be surprised, and you'll be okay. One last tip I want to tell you, had a life sentence. A life sentence means that you're on parole for your own rest the entire life. That's what life sentence means. After doing 5 years out in society, I petitioned the parole board to commute my sentence. The parole board, not the court, the parole board commuted my sentence. I no longer have a life sentence. You can do the same thing. Just petition. Now I work for the government. I work for the Department of Behavioral Health. I'm over $1 million contracts. I oversee the forensic peer mentor program as well as other programs all throughout the state. I travel all across the state. I travel all over the United States. Speaking hope and letting people understand that if you just give us a chance, this is the difference between me and other individuals. The person just gave me a chance. He's okay. Even with my violent charge, people just say, well, we're going to watch them and we're just going to see. Turning it out. Created over 70 jobs of forensic peer mentors. That's what it's about. Right?
Say that again. You created what?
Over 70 jobs of forensic peer mentors. Forensic peer mentors, we not only work in the prison system, but we work anywhere where the criminal justice system is at. That means courts, jails, day reporting centers of parole and probation, Department of Community Supervision, and prison. And I helped institute, when I went into our psychiatric hospitals, I seen an individual who'd been convicted of the charge of not guilty by reason of insanity, or individuals who are incompetent to stand trial. They are court-ordered to go into the psychiatric ward. Dumb people staying there for decades. And I felt like it was wrong. I said that they need a step-down program because most time when they get out, they don't have no family, they don't have nobody. So they created a first program called Operation New Hope at Savannah Regional Hospital, a psychiatric hospital, where that particular program with individuals that is done with a court-appointed sentence can go in there to learn how to bank, learn how to integrate back into society. I look at everywhere we need help in at. From top to bottom, we in the juvenile systems now. We got forensic peer mentors that are inside the Department of Juvenile Justice. One thing qualify each one of y'all is that you have criminal justice lived experience. That means that all y'all qualify to be forensic peer mentors. This right here could be a real career path for you when you get released. But you have to do the work, you have to get your certification. Once you get your certification, you can do a lot of peer support in other arenas, not only in the criminal justice system, but also in hospitals, in recovery centers. You can use a certification off of peer support, because that is the biggest thing out there, is peer support. People, the kids are off the chain, they need help. We used to be them kids. We can come from a different perspective. People in school system are throwing their hands up now. Please help. They are giving millions of dollars to organizations and individuals to come help these kids. They out there, they're doing a lot. There's a lot that's going on. There's a movement happening that, of course, that y'all don't hear about. Y'all don't hear about too much. But I'm here to tell you there's out there, and there's living proof. I'm living proof. Mr. Scroll is a living proof. Living proof that it don't matter where our circumstances is, we can come in here and we change around, we have impact. Like just me just sitting down here, it ain't no police out there looking for me. It ain't nobody standing for me. Ain't nobody, anybody that come foreign in here gotta have an escort, right? They don't escort me. I got a phone. You got a mobile, they don't even got a phone, right? Because it's the thing about it is that this is what we work for, and y'all can do the same thing. But the training ground starts with the guys in here. The training ground starts with where we are. We have to learn to kind of just and trust and believe, man. I know some of y'all get set off, or you got a couple of years down the line, or some of y'all don't know where y'all can get out. And that's the reality. But we gotta help each other. We gotta help each other take that one step. Cause I always tell people quick to say how, like, you know, my relationship with government, my relationship with people, but guess what? It was people within my life helped me take one step. I couldn't be at that 100th step if it wasn't for this step back here. I had to take that step. So each step is accounted for and is precious than the step that everybody's seeing in me. So you look at me now, you see, oh man, he's doing his thing. But guess what? It's a step I took over 30 years ago with individual guys within here that didn't realize that they was helping me along the way. So it feels good to come back in. I see individuals like this brother here, and I see individuals there, man, that was there for me at a real critical time. And this is my thank you. Hey, bro, I turned out okay.
Most definitely.
No, I was a hellraiser here and then. I know sometimes you might worry about it. But look at me now. Because guess what? And that's what it is with these guys. We might not see it now. Change don't happen overnight. Change don't happen according to our time. Our job is not to make them. Our job is just to drop a seed.
Okay.
Drop a seed, throw our little water on it, and they got to take it from them. And if they go to the left, they go to the right, it ain't our fault. Yeah, we want to have success every day, man. We want wins every day. But always remember, bro, that ain't on you. Because at the end of the day, it's still on the individual to make that conscious decision. That's what peer support is. We can't make nobody do nothing. I'm not here to make nobody do nothing. I can't make you do nothing. I take a page from God. God is not gonna make nobody love him, right? Whatever your religion, your affiliation is, whatever your entity is not gonna make you love him, right? But you still gonna breathe that air. You can curse your entity all you want, but guess what? You still breathing, right?
Right.
So if they ain't gonna make you love or whatever religion persuasion that you cater to or none at all, hey man. So that's the same way with the individual we're dealing with. We just throw the seed and water it. Cause guess what? It's a lot of people that knew me 30 years ago when I used to fight on the basketball court and cuss and fuss, and it seemed like I wanted somebody to kill me because I was tired of living. So I was a hellraiser, right? But it's guys in there, man, that just threw a little seed, they watered it, and they walked out. They get it when it's time to get it. Now look at me now. And yes, it pains me to go back in the system and see guys that gave me that water 30 years ago that's still locked up. But it gives them encouragement for me to look them eye to eye and say, hey, bro, thanks for taking the time to at least put the seed in water. Sometimes, and most of the time, we're not going to get that thank you. So if you're waiting on the thank you, and if you're in that for that, then you're in it for the wrong reason. We're not here for praise. Yeah, we want to be famous. We want to do this stuff, man. But we got to check ourselves and do it from the heart. Just like I tell people to roll board. Yeah, we play the paper game. We get the certifications and we take the classes and this and that. But I don't change for 5 members that I probably ain't gonna never see them a day in my life. I'm not gonna change for them. I'm gonna change for me. And when the true change, when you change for yourself, it's gonna be recognized. It might seem like it's not gonna be recognized, but guess what? It's gonna come. It's not gonna be what you think it's gonna be. If you're looking for a pat on the back, I can pat each one of y'all on the back, if y'all want that. Right?
Yeah.
If you're looking for that, I make sure I pat every man in here on the back. You got your pat on the back. Now what? Change from within heart, and you use this as a skill set to kind of learn and get your life together. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of stuff that in here, these people represent a society. Mm-hmm. Don't think you're going to get it. Man, listen, they represent a tribe. It's a tribe. Whatever that one person is out there, it's a tribe of them out there. And I'm talking about they deep as hell. You need to be trying to get help to help you out, because I'm trying to tell you that thing is going to derail you back. And then relationships, I get it. My time ain't gonna do nothing. My time been riding with me for 20 years. But the one thing about it is that you need to see Tammy on the other side of the fence than in here, right? And that's just the thing. And don't get me wrong, and I'm gonna be real crystal clear. All women are not bad. Sometimes you're not ready for a relationship. And that's just being real with yourself. I get it. We want to be touched and hugged and held and this and that. But this is the thing. So as y'all mentoring each other and mentoring the guys in them, these are the things that you work on. And I'm going to be real perfectly honest, because I know some of y'all are interested in being forensic peer mentors. If you can't deal with the guys in here, you ain't going to be dealing with them guys at all out there. Because there's too many distractions in the street. Way too many. Way too many distractions. So this right here could be your real training ground where you really honing your craft for how to deal. Because I'm trying to tell you, it's very hard to deal with individuals within their community when they have too many distractions along the way. They hear you, but they don't hear you. I hear what you're saying. And the thing about it is, being a mentor is trusting your team around you. I get it, man. Some of us come from different camps, and I might view you was a snitch at another camp. Or I view you was a homosexual. I view we had runs in as another camp. At the end of the day, man, you're gonna have to learn when you're dealing with individuals, you can't get caught up on what an individual used to be, because guess what? You used to be something. Right? We want people to forgive us. I want you to forgive me for what I have did, society. And society gonna continue to punish you because you got that felony. And society is not gonna care, but we gonna want so hard that I want a second chance. And it starts for us giving other individuals a second chance. It starts with the individual in front of you. Because if you cannot forgive the individual in here, what you think society is gonna forget? Because we gonna beg. The first thing we're gonna do, man, I did that 20 years ago. They need to get over that. How you gonna tell a person what to get over when you ain't even got over with a guy that used to be this and that, which it doesn't matter. Because it's about preparing an individual and building a team. Because trust and believe, man, when you get out there and you talking about being on a team, teams come from different perspectives. And you as an individual got to learn why you think when the team doing bad, they fire the coach. Right? You might just sit up there and say, well, man, it's the players. But now the coach is the one that kind of know where to put people at their strengths. So at times, man, when we see individuals, our comrades weak, we got to put them in places where they're strong at. Right? I might not can't talk to a gang member. I don't got gang tired. I don't know nothing about that gang world, and really they make me sick, man, because they done took my phone at another camp and they done tried to extort me, man. So I'm sick of them clowns. But you might have another mentor, man, that know about that gang life and can really talk, and we can do it together and help individuals. I might not know nothing about substance use. Substance use ain't my bag. But maybe at the other camp, I was straight jointed out, smoked weed, did all kind of stuff, but now I done turned my life around. I be perfect because I understand the addiction. This is my strength. Even though you might look at me and say, man, you know you was smoking at that land camp, you were doing all that stuff, you were beating level, you had that grease all on your pants. Right? But at the end of the day, man, it's about, okay, what they doing now. And if an individual's trying to take a step, we got to help them with that step. And it ain't for us to judge them. If they slide back one, hey, guess what, man? Just come back when you ready. Some people ain't ready, right? So these are the inner workings of just mentoring, just giving y'all just some tidbits about if you want to continue this work, and you also mentor your family. You mentor people around you, remember the kid around you. See, y'all, it's not more than just, hey, be standing in front of talking. You finna go back to a community that you gonna need to be the mentor around. You know how many kids I run into when I go to my mailbox? It's a basketball goal, and I'll put the basketball goal in subdivision. At first, people was mad in subdivision, man, them kids need to move that. And I just come and talk, man, them kids fine. Matter of fact, it's in front of my house. So they fine. If I ain't tripping about it, y'all should not trip about it because it ain't by your house. Right? And now it just give me a chance to just continue to engage the kids. I come out there, mailbox, they'll talk to me, hey, Mr. Ruffin, but I don't lead. Hey, I'm Mr. Ruffin, I done did 20-some years. No, I'm Mr. Ruffin. I don't have to lead with my incarceration. It's not the platform to lead with that. I don't have to tell everybody that I've been incarcerated because it's not the platform for that. I'm just a person. I'm just here to help. Here to support you, young man. I remember I used to go to the games, baseball games, and just scream loud for them kids. The first thing a woman said, well, which one's your kid? I said, the ones who don't have nobody rooting for me. Them my kids. And she looked at me and she said, come in. I'm fresh out. I ain't even a year out. And next thing you know, I'm just mentoring kids. So, you know, I just want y'all just, I know y'all about to eat. Yeah, so the thing about it is, man, explaining just something about the Forensic Peer Mentor program. To be a forensic peer mentor, you got to be a certified peer specialist first. CPS. It's 2 organizations. If you have lived experience with mental health, you got to go get your training from Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network. I say it again, Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network. They the one that runs the Certified Peer Specialist Mental Health. It's a week training. After you do the week training, you take a certification, you're state certified to be a peer specialist. Guess what? It sounds a little bit more flyer when I say, hey, my name is Mr. Ruffin, I'm a certified peer specialist, instead of, hey, I'm Mr. Ruffin, I done did 23 years. You see what I'm saying? Because guess what? When I first got out, I was all in school because I run a Braille company. And guess what? I was coming in my company's name. Them folks didn't care, but them folks never even asked me, even ran a background check. They just said, man, come in here and do some of these kids. But I didn't leave with that, and then I did principles with them, right? I didn't have to. I understand, and I just accordingly and engaged them with it. I didn't have to try to scare them to death. Man, you know, you do that, you're going to prison. No, okay, let's understand why you do this. Let's understand mental health. Let's understand choices. Okay, let's lay this out. Okay, let's lay this out. What's the cost and the benefit? You're doing this to allow them to see the choice, to understand. That's how I parent my grandson. I don't sit up here and parent him with a belt. I want to just ask him, why you think tell me what's going on. Why you think what you did was correct? At the time, well, you need to understand that is wrong. And when he get to understand it, I ain't have to talk to him no more about it. Right? So that's just how we do. So if you have lived experience with substance use, then you're going to go to CARES Academy, spelled like CARES, C-A-R-E-S, right? And CARES Academy is by Georgia Council of Recovery. It's again, Georgia Council of Recovery. They run the CPSAD program. It's a week training, and then you get your certification. And then if you want to be a forensic peer mentor, you go back to Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network, and they run the forensic peer mentor program. And then you get certified. And then guess what? It's not only certification, you get connected with other individuals in the community, another tribe, right? Because we strengthen numbers. Hey, we got a whole dome. Y'all strengthen numbers. Y'all can pull, okay, we a team. What's your strength? What's your strength? Listen, I ain't gonna worry about it because you know, you with the gang members over there and you smoke a little weed, right? If you're a mentor, we talk to you. What's your strength, bro? But as a mentor, and sometimes we got to encourage individuals. Sometimes people ain't gonna be squeaky clean. If we think everybody gonna be squeaky clean, man, we ain't squeaky clean. We all got some dirt somewhere. We all do some dirt in one formality or another. When one guy used to talk me to death, and I used to tell him, well, let me see your pictures in your phone, Mr. Holy. So I came across him on the chat line. Picture with his shirt off, you know what I'm saying? All like this. Hey. And got him conversating, but then he come out here and he y'all sing Mr. Holy Than Thou. You know what I'm saying? Let me see your picture. Let me see your phone. Let me see what's in that picture. You know what I'm saying? Got probably all kind of pictures. Wait a minute, bro. That ain't, you know, who they be lad? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, you know what it talk. You know what it is, right? Yeah. So the thing about it is, man, that's don't see that in respect. That's learn from each other and each other's strengths. Because as you transition out, gentlemen, you want to be successful. And at the end of the day, you want to create another community for yourself when you get out. Some of you been gone 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You're going to need to create a tribe outside of your family, because sometimes your family just ain't going to understand. They love you, but they ain't going to understand that you're struggling some days, that you're trying to do the best you can. They're going to be looking at you like, man, you need to get a job. We got you a house, you get a job. But there's more to that. It's helping me readjust my mind out here in society. Because I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be like your mind is in a blender when you get out. I get it. Y'all going to say, man, just let me out. I'm going to be good. And then you're going to be like, wait a minute. Hold on. You're going to want it to slow down some way, somehow. And then this is when you're going to start making mistakes. And you're going to continue to be making mistakes because you're going to get frustrated with yourself. But as long as you got a crew like individuals that have lived experience like me, that been where you've been, and individuals like Mr. Scrolls, that we made that transition now, we're here to support you. Guess what? I'm just here to tell you my story. You don't have to walk my path. You walk your path. Hey man, I need to be in the Braille program. No, you walk your path. That was my path. And that's why I became successful. You might be successful as another business owner or a truck driver. Or you might just be working at Wendy's. That is fine. Preparing yourself to receive you when you're coming out into community. Right? And I wanted to really kind of fight. And that's when I learned about being a certified peer specialist. Because being a certified peer specialist, it gives you the tools to offer peer support. Because, hey, I can tell my story, I can tell, but I need to learn where I can do more good than harm. Because sometimes you can harm a person. When we see somebody struggling, the first instinct that we want to do, we want to comfort them. But in peer support, it's me empowering the individual to comfort themselves, to be self-sufficient, because you're coming out of an environment that you're dependent. Your folks send you money, people tell you when you need to go eat, and you get in this dependent cycle. Like when I get out, I know I'm gonna need a lot of help, I know I'm gonna need to do this, and you're gonna be leaning on people more than they can really carry, right? So being a certified peer specialist is me empowering you, because unfortunately crisis only be 9 to 5, right? So if I'm working with you in a community, and if you go on a crisis 2 o'clock in the morning, 9 times out of 10 you try to call me, you are not finna reach me, right? My phone's off, right? Because I have another life outside of work, right? That's my boundary. So, but it teaches you that if you go into crisis or crisis happen to you, then you understand and know how to access services where you can get the proper help. Because trust and believe, your problems are not just going to go away just because you release. You know how most guys say, well, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to get ready as soon as I'm shoulder. Or as soon as people tell me 10 days shoulder. And I used to tell them guys, like especially the guys that used to catch the B11s. If you're doing B11, you're going to do them out there. Don't think that just because it's a pattern, it's a learned behavior. And you have to understand, especially the gentleman here that done did years. Don't think that just because you get released that the residue of this prison is just gonna leave you when you get out. Trust and believe, man, when I got out, I was rotating 2 towels. I had a closet full of towels. And it comes subtle. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. I had a closet full of towels. But I'm rotating 2 towels. I couldn't, man, every time a dish hit the sink, I'm washing it. I gotta wash it. I gotta be clean. I gotta organize. But brother, listen, man. When I live with a woman, you know how we is. My side, you know what I'm saying? My side is neat, but I noticed some stuff kept coming over on my side. I'm like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? But in her mind, you know, clothes everywhere. You know, shoes everywhere. You know, I'm coming in the room like, wait a minute, what you doing? These shoes need to be in the proper place, right? And you know, in essence, you know, I laugh at myself, but you know what I'm saying? But that's where it comes. But don't get me wrong, a lot of stuff that y'all doing here is gonna be a benefit with people that you kind of deal with, right? Because you're gonna see, you're gonna have some people like, man, you know, you gotta get your stuff together. But it's gonna irk you. I'm trying to tell you, man. When you live with somebody, they still go to leaning over on your side, you're gonna be like, stop. We're gonna have a conversation with it. But what I tell y'all, man, that it comes subtly. This is where peer support values. Like me coming in here, sitting in here, should energize y'all because I sat where you sat. So here it is, and I'm giving you to raw and uncut. I'm not giving you inmate.com. I'm giving you something real, and I only been out 8 years. I have achieved this within 8 years, right? And a little bit more about my story. So after I became a certified peer specialist, I learned about the forensic peer mentor program. I was still on parole at the time, and at the time, forensic peer mentor couldn't come in here on paper, but they had a conversation about me. Right? And just think about this. Timothy Ward, a lot of them, Mr. Holt, all of them was my wardens and counselors when they seen this. And here it is that they remember. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Don't always think that people are not watching. Because that's how I wind up in and working at Metro Reentry Facility, right? And then from there, I wanted to just continue to grow and just continue to help. And here it is, I'm helping guys, walking guys out the gate. Like, But then doing a little bit more because I want to further my education. So not only get a certification in mental health, I get it in addictive disease, which that's offering peer support to individuals that have substance use. I all became national certified peer specialist. I got my certification as a certified psychiatric rehabilitation practitioner, CPRP, right? That's a high credential where I offer support to individuals that's dealing with severely mental illness, right? And help supporting that. But then I didn't want to stop there. I went to Morehouse School of Medicine and I graduated from a program from Morehouse School of Medicine. They want to stop there because you remember, I left my degree on the table, right? I left my degree on the table. And I'm here to tell you, just this past December, I graduated from Mercer University, right? So in the educational wise, and then turned 50. And guess what? My wife, she wanted to surprise me. I had a bucket list to go to Africa. And she surprised me to go to Africa, right? I went to Morocco for 2 weeks. I was gone. Didn't know where I was going until I got to the boarding gate, right? But she wanted to show me because she kept saying, you know, and this is when women, and I keep trying to tell you the stress that I get it, man. You know, what my big mistake was when I first got released, bro, and I know I'm going kind of back and forth. When I got released, I got with a woman. Because guess what? I wanted to bump me. Just think about it.
Yeah.
Just think about it. You be condemned. This is the other condition, right? I had a bunk mate when I was at home with my sisters and them. I had a bunk mate in college. I had a bunk mate in jail. I had a bunk mate in prison. Went to the transitional center, I had a bunk mate. And when I got out, I wanted another bunk mate. So this is where a lot of men, two things that traps a lot of men and women coming out here. That's drugs and that's relationships. Just because that monster laying dormant in you, like some of y'all never did drug, but you had drug habits prior to coming in. And don't think that monster is dead. That monster just looking for air and opportunity. Going on 23 years, you know, one thing that my sister passed, and the interesting thing is they allowed me to go to Texas. They allowed me to go to Texas for 3 days. 3 days, unescorted, not without no officer or nothing. Here it is, I'm on a Mexican border. And I remember when I came back, I ain't gonna never get when I got there, never been out, right? And I walked my poor sister dogs to death. You hear me? I went one way and just went to walking. I know them dogs, when we got back, they ran from me. I was trying to kill them. But I was just so happy to be out, to be, you know, to be free, right? But then after doing 23 years, got released, formed my own company, Authentic Brand Masters LLC. With what I learned within prison, within a year, my business became successful. Had an international powerhouse, I call, because I was doing business outside the United States, Canada, Europe, and growing my business, but wanted to come back in here and continue to help individuals and continue to speak individuals. But I always talk about mental health, the struggles of mental health, the struggles, the traumatics of